Let me begin with something simple, but powerful. You don't get in life what you want. You get in life what you design. And what do you use to design your life? Not bricks, not tools, but your daily routine. Yes, your destiny is shaped, not by dramatic moments, but by what you do daily. Section 1 Routine is the architect of destiny. Most people misunderstand success. They think it's about big breaks, lucky moments, or being in the right place at the right time. But let me tell you the truth, success is hidden in your routine. Failure is too. Every day, you're either building your future or slowly burying it with small habits. Repeat it again and again. You brush your teeth daily, not once a year, to keep them healthy. So why do people think they can work on their goals once a year and expect results? Discipline, my friend, is a daily effort. Section 2 Morning. The most powerful hour. The way you start your day is the way your day tends to go. If you wake up tired, complaining, grabbing your phone, comparing yourself to others, you've already lost half the battle. But if you wake up, stretch with gratitude, write your goals, move your body, and plan with purpose, you're already ahead of 90% of the world. Jim Rohn used to say, either you run the day or the day runs you. If your morning is reactive, checking messages, emails, and stress, your whole day becomes reactive. But if your morning is intentional, with silence, purpose, goals, your entire day becomes productive. Section 3 The power of small disciplines. Let me tell you a secret. Great lives are built by small disciplines. Not dramatic decisions. Not overnight miracles. But small things, done well, done daily. Reading 10 pages a day. Writing your gratitude. Saving a little money. Eating a healthy meal. Saying no to distractions. Each of these is small, almost invisible, but done daily. They compound. Remember, neglect is just as powerful as discipline. It also compounds, but in the wrong direction. Section 4a. Why people resist routine. Let me tell you something honest. People don't like routine because it sounds boring. They want variety, spontaneity, freedom. But here's the paradox. Routine doesn't trap you. It frees you. It frees you from chaos. It frees you from laziness. It frees you from regret. Because when your days are clear, your mind is free. When your habits are strong, your future is stable. You don't need motivation every day. You need a routine that takes over when motivation fails. Section 50 The identity shift. Here's something deep. Your routine is not just what you do. It's who you become. If you read daily, you don't just get smarter. You become a reader. If you run every morning, you don't just burn calories. You become an athlete. If you complain daily, you don't just express frustration. You become a victim. So if you want to change your destiny, don't focus on big goals. Focus on small routines. Because your routine becomes your reputation. Your reputation becomes your reality. Section 60 The law of consistency. Jim Rohn said, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. You can't do the right thing once and expect change. It's what you do consistently that counts. Imagine planting a seed and digging it up every other day to check if it's growing. You'd kill the plant. Same with habits. You must water them with patience, discipline, and belief every day. Success doesn't shout. It whispers. It shows up quietly when you stay faithful to your routine. Section 7 Days. Stop negotiating with yourself. You know what destroys dreams faster than anything? That internal negotiation. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start Monday. Just one more scroll. Only one cheat meal. And before you know it, your future is on hold again. Champions don't negotiate with their routine. They just do it. If it's time to write, they write. If it's time to study, they study. If it's time to rest, they rest. They don't argue with their future. Section 80. The destiny equation. Here's what I want you to remember. Daily routine. Gabe daily habits. Gay identity. Momentum destiny. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you repeat. You're either designing your future or drifting into someone else's plan. So choose wisely what you do every morning, every hour, every night. Closing words, Jim Rohn style. Let me leave you with this. Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. And your routine is the most basic, most powerful fundamental of all. So go ahead, change your routine, change your day, and eventually, change your destiny. Let me tell you something simple, but life-changing. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep reading the last one. And the last chapter, for most people, is full of bad habits. Small things repeated daily that slowly destroy potential. If you truly want to change your routine and your destiny, you must first break what's breaking you. Let's get to work. Section 1. Bad habits are not just bad. They're dangerous. People often say, it's just one cigarette. It's just 15 minutes scrolling. It's just one missed workout. But let me tell you, just once. Repeated becomes your identity. Bad habits are not events. They are systems that run your life on autopilot. You don't notice them at first. They're invisible, painless, and comfortable. But slowly, they rob you of your focus, energy, health, confidence, and eventually, your dreams. Neglect starts small, but ends big. Section 2A. Why you do what you know is wrong. Now, here's a puzzle. Why do people continue bad habits, even when they know they're harmful? The answer is simple, because bad habits feel good now, and pain comes later. Good habits feel hard now, and rewards come later. That's it. A cigarette gives comfort now. Cancer comes later. Netflix binge gives escape now. Regret comes later. Skipping workouts feels easy now. Weakness comes later. The mind chooses the easy now, unless you train it to love the hard path. Section 3E. The habit loop. How behavior is repeated. Let's break it down. Every habit follows a 3-step loop cue. Something triggers you: stress, boredom, time of day. Routine. The habit you perform: scrolling, smoking, overeating. Reward. The feeling you get: pleasure, distraction, relief. If you want to break a bad habit, you don't just stop it. You replace the routine, but keep the cue and the reward. Let me give you an example. If stress is your cue and your current habit is smoking, don't just try to stop. Instead, replace smoking with deep breathing, journaling, or a walk. Same cue, same reward. Relief. Different and healthier. Routine. Section 4A. The first brick. Awareness. You can't fix what you don't see. So the first step to breaking a bad habit is not force, it's awareness. Take a day. Track your routine. When do you scroll? Why do you skip the gym? What triggers your temper? Most people live reactively. They don't even realize what they're doing. But awareness gives you power, because once you see the enemy, you can plan your defense. Section 5I. Cut off the source. If you want to kill a bad habit, remove its fuel. Don't try to be strong. Try to be smart. Jim Rohn used to say, don't trust yourself in the wrong environment. If your phone distracts you, don't put it beside your bed. If sugar tempts you, don't keep it in the kitchen. If negative people bring you down, stop showing up where they are. You don't break habits with willpower alone. You break them by designing a better environment. Section 60. Replace the habit. Don't leave a void. Nature hates a vacuum. If you remove a habit, but don't replace it, the old one comes right back. So every bad habit must be replaced by a good one. Example. Replace social media scrolling with a 10-minute audiobook. Replace evening snacking with a short walk and mint tea. Replace gossiping with gratitude journaling. You're not removing fun. You're retraining your brain for better rewards. Section 7. Track it. Celebrate it. Own it. If you want your new habits to stick, you must track them. Use a habit tracker, a whiteboard, a journal. Every time you complete your new habit, check it off. Feel that sense of pride and celebrate your wins. A week without junk food. Celebrate. 3 days of workouts. Smile. Fewer arguments. Acknowledge yourself. The brain loves rewards, even small ones. So reward progress, not perfection. Section 8. Identity beats willpower. Now listen closely. This part is gold. You don't break bad habits by fighting them every day. You break them by changing how you see yourself. If you see yourself as someone who's always late, you'll keep running late. If you see yourself as someone who can't quit sugar, you'll keep craving it. But if you change your self-image, I am someone who shows up. I am someone who respects my health. I am disciplined. Then the behavior follows. Willpower is like a match. It burns out. Identity is like a fire. It sustains. Section 9A. Make it public. Make it real. Want to increase your chances of success? Make your commitment public. Tell a friend. Post your goal. Join a challenge. Find accountability. Jim Rohn said, we all need a little pressure. That's how diamonds are made. When you know others are watching, even silently, you show up differently. Because accountability creates clarity. Section 10A. Be gentle, but never lazy. Lastly, let me balance this message. Yes, you must be disciplined. Yes, you must eliminate your bad habits. But also, be kind to yourself. You will slip, you will fail, you will fall. Just don't stay down. One bad day doesn't erase progress. One missed workout doesn't ruin your transformation. As long as you rise faster than you fall, you win. Closing words. Jim Rohn style. Let me wrap this up. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. And the first change is to break what's breaking you. If you truly want to build a new destiny, start by breaking the old habits. Replace them. Rewire them. Reclaim yourself. Because until you do, Your routine is just a trap wearing a mask of comfort. You see, the direction of your life is hidden in how you begin your day. If you win the morning, you win the day. If you win the day, you win your life. Most people hit snooze, check their phones, rush into their day reactive, distracted, and already behind. That's not how champions live. So today, let's build a morning routine that creates discipline, clarity, energy, and success. Every single day. Section 1 Mornings set the tone for everything. The way you wake up matters more than most people realize. Jim Rohn said, "Either you run the day, or the day runs you." If your first thoughts are stress, your day becomes anxious. If your first actions are mindless, your day becomes chaotic. But if your morning is strong, focused, and intentional, your whole life begins to shift. A good morning routine is not about perfection. It's about taking control before the world takes over. Section 2 Saying, why you must wake up before the world does. Let's face it, most people wake up late and live late. They're always catching up, on time, on tasks, on life. But successful people wake up early, not to suffer, but to prepare. Because early morning is quiet. It's when your mind is clearest, your energy is highest, and your influence from the world is lowest. The early hours are when destiny is quietly built. If you wake up even 1 hour earlier every day for personal growth, that's 365 extra hours a year. Imagine what that time can build. Section 3E, the 10 formula. 30 minutes to power. If you don't know where to start, here's a simple formula: 10 minutes silence and gratitude. Sit still. Breathe, reflect, be thankful. Gratitude rewires your brain to focus on abundance, not lack. Grateful people are rarely bitter, and bitter people are rarely successful. 10 minutes reading or listening feed your mind. Read a great book, listen to Jim Rohn, or something that elevates you. Input shapes mindset. 10 minutes planning. Write your top 3 goals for the day. Prioritize. Don't live on default, live by design. That's just 30 minutes, but it sets the tone for everything else. Section 40 Move your body. Move your mind. Your body is not separate from your brain. It's the foundation of your energy. Even 15 minutes of movement in the morning, a short workout, stretching, walk, or push-ups, will boost your energy, increase confidence, clear your mind, fight anxiety. Motion creates emotion. You can't expect to dominate your day from a tired, slouched, foggy body. Get the blood moving, and the brain follows. Section 5 No phone for the first 60 minutes. Now here's one of the most powerful but hardest habits. Stay off your phone for the first hour. No social media, no news, no emails, no scrolling. Why? Because your brain is most impressionable in the first hour. And if the first thing you feed it is chaos, comparison, or crisis, your mind starts in survival mode. But if you fill it with calm, focus, and purpose, you lead the day like a champion. Jim Rohn said, stand guard at the door of your mind. The phone is often the Trojan horse that lets distractions in. Section 6C. Look in the mirror. Speak to yourself. This might sound strange, but if you don't speak life into yourself, the world will speak failure into you. Each morning, look in the mirror and declare, I am disciplined. I am focused. I follow through. I'm getting better every day. Words shape belief. Belief shapes identity. Identity shapes destiny. The words you hear most often in life are your own. Section 7 Day Stack Wins. Early. Ever notice how one small win creates momentum? You make your bed, boom, progress. You drink a glass of water, boom, clarity. You check one goal off, boom, confidence. These small wins, early in the day, trigger a psychological state called activation energy. Your brain starts believing, I'm productive, I'm in control. Let's go. The key to a productive life is not big wins. It's many small ones, stacked from the start. Section 8C Customize your routine, but never skip it. Here's the truth. There is no one-size-fits-all morning routine. You must design one that fits your season, goals, and energy. But once you find it, protect it like gold. Because the moment you start skipping it, life starts slipping back into randomness. You don't need 3 hours. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Even 20-30 minutes, done with purpose, can transform your entire life over time. Section 9 Dodging excuses you must destroy. Let's kill some common excuses. I'm not a morning person. You weren't born that way. It's a habit, not a destiny. I don't have time. You make time for what matters. 30 minutes less scrolling, 30 minutes to win. I'll do it later. Later becomes never. The morning is sacred. Own it. Remember, the pain of discipline is far lighter than the pain of regret. Section 10 Today. Why most people never build a routine. It's not because they don't know what to do. It's because they chase excitement over consistency. They want motivation to strike like lightning, But successful people don't wait. They build systems. A morning routine is your system. It doesn't rely on mood. It doesn't care about feelings. It just works. Jim Rohn said, "Success is not to be pursued. It is to be attracted by the person you become." And your morning routine is how you become that person, one day at a time. Closing words, Jim Rohn style. So let me close with this. If you change how your day begins, you can change how your life unfolds. Every morning, the world asks you, who are you going to be today? And through your routine, your actions answer that question. Not once, not twice, but every single day. So take the first hour, own it, protect it, and let it serve as the foundation for your future. Let me begin by saying something that could change your entire life. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Without discipline, dreams die in notebooks. Plans stay on whiteboards. Routines crumble when life gets uncomfortable. You don't need more goals. You don't need more motivation. You need more discipline, plain and simple. Let's dive into the one habit that multiplies every other habit. Self-discipline. Section 110, what discipline really means. Discipline isn't punishment. It's not restriction. It's not suffering. Discipline is simply doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. It's showing up when it's boring. It's finishing when you're tired. It's sticking to your word, not just to others, but to yourself. Discipline is freedom in disguise. Section 20, why how discipline creates momentum. When you act with discipline, even once, it gives you something powerful, momentum. And momentum is magic. One disciplined action leads to another. You wake up early, you feel proud, you eat better, you work better, you sleep better. But the opposite is also true. You skip one habit, you feel guilty, you spiral, you delay, you regret. Discipline is the starter engine of momentum. No discipline, no motion, no motion, no success. Section 3, the discipline vs. Motivation trap. Most people live in the motivation trap. They wait to feel like it. They think, when I'm inspired, I'll do it. But winners flip it. When I do it, I'll feel inspired. Discipline acts first. Motivation follows. If you only act when you feel good, you'll never achieve greatness. Jim Rohn said, we must all suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. One lasts minutes. The other can last a lifetime. Section 14, self-discipline, self. Respect. Discipline is not about being hard on yourself. It's about honoring yourself. When you say you'll wake up at 6 a.m., and you do, you build trust with yourself. When you commit to 30 days of no sugar and follow through, your confidence explodes. Because every disciplined choice says, I am someone who follows through. And here's the truth, self-respect is built by doing what's right, even when it's hard. Section 5A, the 5 pillars of daily discipline. Let's make it practical. Here are 5 things you can do daily to strengthen your discipline muscle. 1. Wake up with purpose. Don't snooze. Don't scroll. Get up when you say you will. 2. Make your bed. Start your day with a win. It's symbolic and effective. 3. Stick to one non-negotiable. Pick one task daily. No matter what, you will do it. 4. Delay gratification. Skip a pleasure. Hold back from a distraction. Train your mind to wait. 5. Review your day. Every evening ask, where was I strong today? Where can I improve tomorrow? Simple, repeatable, powerful. Section 60C, build systems, not willpower. Willpower is limited. It fades with fatigue, stress, and distractions. So smart people don't rely on willpower. They build systems. Example, don't trust yourself to just eat better. Plan your meals. Don't hope to remember to rid. Set a timer. Don't assume you'll just focus. Schedule blocks and turn off your phone. Systems protect discipline. Discipline strengthens identity. Identity shapes destiny. Section 7. Repetition builds strength. Discipline is like a muscle. You don't build it once. You build it daily. The first time it's hard. The second time it's still hard. But the 30th time, it's part of who you are. The brain loves patterns. It loves certainty. And when you do something again and again, it stops being hard. It becomes normal. So don't fear repetition. Repetition is how champions are born. Section 80. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. If you only do what's comfortable, you'll live a small life. But if you can get comfortable being uncomfortable, you'll become unstoppable. Discipline is uncomfortable. It forces you to say no, to push limits, to endure boredom, to show up when the world offers excuses. But discomfort is the price of growth. Comfort is the enemy of achievement. A growth lives just outside your comfort zone, and discipline is what walks you there. Section 9A, stand alone if you must. There will be days when no one understands your routine. They'll mock your discipline. laugh at your strict schedule, question your seriousness. But you must stand alone, if necessary, because the average crowd lives in average routines. And the disciplined few, they build extraordinary results. Jim Rohn said, walk away from the 97% who don't care about their future. Your future is yours to protect, even if you have to walk the path alone. Section Hyundai. Discipline is the shortcut. People often look for hacks, shortcuts, secrets. Here's the greatest shortcut ever invented: discipline. It skips laziness, it beats waiting, it breaks fear, it multiplies progress. While others wait for luck, you're building. While others binge, you're sharpening. While others dream, you're delivering. Discipline isn't easy, but it's always worth it. Closing words, Jim Rohn style. Let me leave you with this. If you don't discipline yourself, someone else will discipline you. Either life will force you into hardship, or you'll choose the pain of discipline and become stronger than life's storms. Discipline is your friend, your teacher, your protector. Embrace it, practice it, and one day others will look at your life and call it lucky. But you'll know, it wasn't luck, it was discipline, daily, without applause, without excuses. And that's how destiny is built. Let me ask you a simple but powerful question. What will your life whisper when you are gone? Because whether you like it or not, your routine doesn't just shape your results. It shapes your reputation, your influence, and ultimately your legacy. And the truth is, every day, through your habits, you are writing your story. One decision at a time, one routine at a time. The question is it a story worth remembering? Section 1. Your routine affects more than just you. Most people believe their daily actions affect only themselves. But that's not true. Your children are watching. Your spouse is affected. Your team is influenced. Your friends are inspired or discouraged by what you consistently do. Your routine is contagious. If you're disciplined, consistent, positive, purposeful, it spreads. And if you're lazy, negative, distracted, that spreads too. You are a leader, even if no one told you. And the life you live gives people permission to live the same. Section 2. What you repeat, you become. It's not the dreams in your head that shape your future. It's the habits in your day. You repeat health, you become healthy. You repeat learning, you become wise. You repeat gratitude, you become peaceful. You repeat chaos, you become unstable. And here's the deeper truth. What you become is what people will remember. Not your car, not your clothes, not your income, but your energy, your values, your example. And that, my friend, is your legacy. Section 3. Time is not infinite. Routine is the compass. Jim Rohn said, time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you can't get more time. That's why your daily routine matters so much, because it decides where your time goes. If your time goes to scrolling, your future goes nowhere. If your time goes to learning, your value multiplies. If your time goes to people, your relationships deepen. Your routine is your compass. It's quietly pointing you somewhere. The question is, where? Section 40. Greatness is built in the ordinary. The world celebrates big moments, medals, speeches, awards. But legacy is never built in applause. Legacy is built when you show up after failing. You listen when it's inconvenient. You write the page when no one is watching. You make your kids laugh, even after a hard day. The world may not notice your routine, but your legacy will be built by it. Section 50. Build a life that outlives you. What will your children remember you for? What will your community say about you when you're not in the room? What will echo long after you're gone? These are heavy questions, but necessary ones, because your routine builds more than success. It builds character, and character builds impact, and impact builds legacy. And legacy is when people are better because you lived. Section 60. Speak through action, not noise. A lot of people talk big. I'm gonna change. This is my year. One day I'll. But routine people don't speak loudly. They act consistently. And over time, their actions speak for them. Your routine is your real biography. Not your Instagram, not your LinkedIn bio, but how you spend your mornings, how you treat people, what you practice. Live loud, through your discipline, not your declarations. Section 7. What you leave behind. You will leave something behind. The only question is what? Some leave debt. Some leave pain. Some leave confusion. Some leave inspiration, wisdom, and a standard to follow. That's your choice. And it's made, not on your birthday, not on New Year's, not on your funeral, but on Tuesday mornings, on quiet evenings, on small decisions repeated every day. Legacy is built in the little things. Section 80. Create systems that survive you. You know what the greatest leaders do? They don't just succeed. They create systems that last. A father who builds a family tradition that lives for generations. A teacher who changes how students think. An entrepreneur who builds a culture of integrity. These systems begin in your daily actions. How you lead, how you organize, how you discipline yourself. Your habits today create the culture tomorrow. So ask yourself, what system am I building through my routine? Section 9E. Legacy isn't a destination. It's a process. Here's the lie the world tells. That legacy is something you leave when you die. Not true. Legacy is something you live. It's visible in how you greet a stranger, show up for your family, handle your business, treat your health, keep your promises. Every moment, you're either adding to your legacy or subtracting from it. Section 100. The final equation. From routine to legacy, let me give you the equation that ties it all together. Routine. Gay identity, gay reputation. Gay impact to legacy. Your routine builds who you are. Who you are becomes your identity. Your identity becomes your reputation. Your reputation becomes your impact. And your impact becomes your legacy. So don't wait for the perfect year. Don't wait for the applause. Don't wait for motivation. Start now. Start small. Start daily. Because the life you design through routine is the legacy that lives long after you're gone. Final words, Jim Rohn style. Jim Rohn once said, "When you know what you want, and you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to get it." And when you know the kind of legacy you want to leave, you stop wasting days. You stop drifting. You start designing. So here's my final message to you. Build a routine that inspires people long after you're gone. Live in a way that your name becomes a seed for someone else's future. Don't just live. Echo.